Innovation starts when you refuse to accept limits. Stop waiting for opportunities, create them. Life's short, but it's yours to shape. Start now. Don't wait for the perfect moment or the right age. Procrastination steals your time, your impact, your future. This is the season to grind, to believe in yourself, and to own your destiny, because winning starts with taking action. Invention doesn't just come from necessity, it comes from the refusal to accept limits. Yes, necessity plays a role. It creates urgency, it demands action. But the real spark behind true invention, the kind that changes industries, shapes civilizations, and disrupts everything we thought we knew, is defiance. It's the inner voice that says, no, this boundary is not the end, this ceiling is not the limit, this way of doing things is not enough. Think about it. The people who changed the world weren't just solving problems. They were redefining what was possible. They saw a wall and decided to build a door. They saw a rule and asked, why does this exist in the first place? They saw limits, and instead of shrinking, they expanded. Because invention isn't about having all the tools. It's about having the fire. It's about vision, not just seeing what is, but imagining what could be. It's about courage, to challenge convention, to risk failure, and to walk paths that don't even exist yet. Refuse to accept the narrative that says you can't. Refuse to believe the lie that everything worth building has already been built. Refuse to let your ideas die in the shadow of doubt. The future doesn't belong to those who wait for perfect conditions. It belongs to the relentless innovators, those who are too restless to stay comfortable, too visionary to stay silent, too bold to play by the rules. So don't wait for permission. Don't settle into a system that was never built for your full potential. Invent, create, disrupt, defy, because the world doesn't just need new things. It needs new thinkers, and it needs you. Stop waiting for opportunities, create them. Opportunities aren't lottery tickets. They don't fall from the sky. They're built, brick by brick, decision by decision, day by day. Waiting is easy. It gives you someone to blame. It gives you time to doubt. It makes you believe that someone, somewhere, is going to show up and hand you the life you want. But that's not how this works. The people who made it, they didn't wait for a door to open. They built the door. When no one offered them a seat at the table, they made their own table. When the world said not yet, they said, watch me. You don't need a perfect background. You don't need every connection. You need initiative. You need audacity. You need to bet on yourself, even when the odds don't, because here's the truth. Life doesn't reward the passive. It rewards the bold. It rewards the doers, the risk-takers, the ones who chase vision over comfort. So don't wait for someone to discover you. Don't wait for a yes that may never come. Don't wait for timing to be perfect. It won't be. Start now, start small, start messy. But start, build, learn, fail, adjust, knock on doors, and if none open, kick one down. Because the life you want isn't found. It's forged, and you're the one holding the hammer. You've made mistakes. So what? Everyone has. That's life. That's growth. But the worst mistake you can make is letting your past stop you from building your future. You're not too old. You're not too late. You're not too broken. Your past may have shaped you, but it doesn't define you. Regret is heavy, but inaction is heavier. sitting there wishing you had started 5 years ago will never beat starting right now. Stop replaying the losses. Stop overanalyzing what went wrong. Because the truth is, no amount of guilt changes the past, and no amount of worrying changes the future. But action that changes everything. You might be 20, 30, 50, or 70, it doesn't matter. The clock is ticking either way. The only question is, will you use what time you have left to repeat the past or to rewrite your story? You don't need the perfect moment, you need this moment. Because this moment is the only one that's real, so forgive yourself. Rise from the ashes and take the next step, not because it's easy, but because your life deserves it. Today is a blank page. Stop rereading yesterday's chapter. The pen is in your hand, now write something worth remembering. This life is temporary, but it's meaningful, make it count. We're here for only a brief moment in the grand scheme of time. We get one shot at this thing called life. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle, to focus on the daily grind, the challenges, and the struggles. But have you ever paused to ask yourself, what's the point of all this? The point is this: life is fleeting, but it holds the power to be filled with meaning. Every second that passes is one we can't get back. We spend so much time chasing things, trying to achieve, and worrying about what we don't have. But it's not the wealth, the fame, or the status that will leave a lasting mark. It's what we do with the time we have. What will your legacy be? What will be said about you when you're gone? Did you inspire? Did you help? Did you love and fight for what you believed in? You don't need to do grandiose things to make your life meaningful. It's the little actions, the choices you make day in and day out that create purpose. Be kind when it's hard. Stay strong when it's easier to quit. Speak truth even when your voice shakes. Every moment matters, not in some distant, hypothetical future, but right now. What you do today will echo into the lives of others. You have the power to make this life count, so don't waste it. Don't let time slip through your fingers as you wait for the perfect moment to act. That moment is now, because in the blink of an eye, it'll all be over. Make your life meaningful by the choices you make, by the love you give, and by the legacy you leave. You may not have all the time in the world, but you have right now. Use it well. In life, the most powerful thing you can own is not a car, not a house, not even the accolades or recognition that might come your way. The most powerful thing you can own is your ability to take personal responsibility for your goals, your dreams, and your outcomes. Too often, people fall into the trap of blaming external circumstances for their struggles. They blame others, the economy, their past, or even bad luck. But the truth is, the only person responsible for your life is you. No one else is going to wake up for you. No one else will make your dreams a reality. No one else can push you through your own challenges. You're the one who has to do it, and that's a powerful thing. Taking responsibility means recognizing that while you can't control everything that happens, you have complete control over how you respond to it. It means knowing that if you want something, you must work for it. No excuses, no delays, no blaming others. It means taking ownership of your failures, too. The mistakes you make don't define you, they shape you, teach you, and help you grow. The only time failure truly wins is when you refuse to learn from it, refuse to adjust, or refuse to keep moving forward. Success isn't about waiting for the perfect circumstances. It's about making the most of what you have. It's about setting clear goals and putting in the work day in and day out. It's about saying, "This is my life, and I will take responsibility for where it goes." When you take responsibility, you no longer wait for things to happen to you. You make things happen. You don't let your dreams sit idle, and you don't let your excuses get in the way. You take action, you push through, and you make your own path. So ask yourself, what are you willing to do today to make your dreams real? What steps can you take, no matter how small, that will bring you closer to your goals? Are you ready to own your journey? Take personal responsibility. Own your future, own your life, because no one else can do it for you. Dreams are powerful. They fuel us, they give us direction, and they inspire us to reach beyond what we thought was possible. But too often, people get caught up in the grandeur of their dreams, lost in the vision of the end result, and forget that every great achievement started with a single step. It's easy to be overwhelmed by the enormity of your dreams. You envision the big house, a thriving business, a worldwide recognition. But here's the secret. Success doesn't arrive overnight, and neither should your expectations. You can have a massive dream, but it's essential to understand that the road to success is paved one small step at a time. Starting small is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of wisdom. It's the first brick and the foundation of something far bigger than you can imagine right now. Take that first step. That may mean waking up an hour earlier, working on a new skill, or setting small, achievable goals. Maybe it's a 5-minute workout, a new book to read, or a conversation with someone who can offer guidance. Every action, no matter how small, builds momentum. It's like planting seeds in the soil. No one expects a full-grown tree from a seed overnight, but with consistent care and attention, that seed grows into something strong, resilient, and lasting. The biggest mistake people make is trying to rush the process, to skip the hard work, or to jump to the part where everything is perfect. But the magic is in the grind. The small daily actions compound over time, and before you know it, you'll have built something bigger than you ever imagined. Success is like building a muscle. You don't get strong by lifting a huge weight the first time you step into the gym. You start with the basics. You build your strength, and you gradually push your limits. So, dream big, but start where you are. Take action today that will bring you one step closer tomorrow. If you want to build something massive, it begins with small, intentional steps. Focus on the process, not just the end goal. You can dream about the destination all you want, but it's the work you do right now and the smallest of actions that lead you there. No dream is too big, but remember, every giant dream starts with a small action, a humble beginning, and the courage to take the first step. Success doesn't just happen by accident. It's not a matter of fate or luck. It's about intentional preparation, to a mindset that is laser-focused on victory and relentless action. The journey to achieving your goals starts with preparation. Winning isn't something that happens at the finish line. It starts the moment you decide to take your goals seriously. Preparing to win means creating a strategy, putting in the work, and setting yourself up for success even before you start. It's the countless hours spent practicing, learning, and honing your skills. It's about building a foundation that will support your dreams, so when the time comes to execute, you're already equipped to rise to the occasion. Preparation doesn't just mean having a plan, it means equipping your mind for success. It's about conditioning yourself to not only face obstacles, but to crush them. You cannot wait for the right moment to prepare. Preparation is an ongoing process. Every day, every action, every small decision you make either brings you closer to victory or takes you further away from it. Expecting to win doesn't mean arrogance, it means confidence in your abilities, trust in the preparation you've put in, and a belief that your hard work will pay off. It's about knowing without a doubt that success is within your grasp. If you don't believe you're capable of winning, then you've already lost the battle before it begins. Your mindset must align with your goals. Expect victory, because when you believe success is not only possible, but inevitable, your actions will reflect that belief. Expecting to win means embracing the challenges as opportunities to learn and grow. It means being prepared to handle setbacks with resilience, understanding that every failure is just a stepping stone on the path to success. Too many people wait for the perfect time, the ideal conditions, or the perfect opportunity to act. The truth is, the perfect time will never come. The best way to start is to act now. Don't hesitate. Don't wait for the stars to align or for the fear to disappear. Act with urgency, because the longer you delay, the longer success stays out of reach. When you act now, you put your goals into motion. Every action you take today is an investment in tomorrow's success. Waiting only prolongs your journey. Every moment spent procrastinating is a moment you could have used to build the life you want. The time is now, so prepare yourself to win. Expect a victory that's coming your way and act with the urgency that success demands. Because when you align your preparation with your mindset and take action today, winning becomes inevitable. Procrastination is more than just a delay, it's a thief. A thief that quietly steals your time, your potential, and the opportunities to make a real impact. Every moment spent putting off what you know you should be doing is a moment that slips away forever. And the cost of that lost time isn't just felt in your own life, it ripples outward, affecting everyone around you and the world you could have changed. Procrastination costs your life. Every time you choose to delay, you're wasting your most precious resource. Time. Life is fragile and fleeting. You don't have an infinite number of days, and every single one you spend avoiding your calling, your goals, or your dreams is a day that will never come back. That project, that idea, that change you've been thinking about, it needs you now. If you keep pushing it away, you're robbing yourself of the possibility to be the person you were meant to be. You're robbing yourself of progress, of success, of the life you know you could lead. Procrastination doesn't just waste time, it also wastes potential. The version of you that you've always dreamed of being is held back by your hesitation. The goals you set for yourself won't achieve themselves. The life you want to live requires you to take action every single day. If you keep putting it off, you'll never build the future you want. Procrastination costs others, but the impact of your procrastination doesn't stop with you. There are people waiting for you to step up. Your decisions affect those around you, the people you love, the people you lead, and even those you may never meet. Every time you delay your work, you delay the potential positive change you could bring into their life. Maybe you're putting off that business you want to start, delaying it for another day, another week. But what if that business, once it's built, has the potential to employ others, to inspire them, to lift them up? What if that project you keep putting off is the key to someone's breakthrough? What if the art, the words, the knowledge, or the invention you've been sitting on could change lives. The people who need you, who need your gifts, your leadership, your ideas are waiting. Your procrastination could be delaying the impact you were meant to make. Every second you hesitate is a moment that others are deprived of the chance to be inspired, empowered, or helped by what you can offer. The stakes are higher than you realize. It's not just your life that's on the line, it's the potential for you to change lives. Procrastination is a silent killer. It creeps in unnoticed, wrapping you in excuses, distractions, and comfort. But in the end, it's the one thing standing between you and the life you could have and the people you could help. Don't let it win. Don't let it rob you of what you're capable of and what others need from you. Start now. The time to act is right now, because each moment you waste is a moment of potential lost, not only for you, but for the world waiting for you to show up. You are capable of more than you think, but it takes the courage to act and the urgency to stop waiting. Procrastination will cost you, so choose action over hesitation today and every day. Procrastination costs lives. Don't let it cost yours or the lives of those you could have impacted. Take action now, before it's too late. In life, we all go through different seasons. Each phase offers unique opportunities and challenges. Just like nature goes through its cycle: spring, summer, autumn, and winter, our lives are also divided into seasons, each with its own rhythm. Understanding this rhythm can help you maximize your potential, live with purpose, and leave a lasting legacy. The soldier years to 2 for 2. The foundation of your legacy. From the age of 22 to 42, you're in what I call your soldier years. This is when you build the foundation of your life. You're in the trenches, learning, growing, and pushing yourself harder than you ever thought possible. This is the period to work relentlessly, sacrifice comfort, and build the grit that will carry you through the rest of your life. It's not about resting on your laurels. It's about planting seeds for the future, doing the heavy lifting, and getting your hands dirty in the pursuit of your goals. The soldier years demand resilience. You'll face challenges, failures, setbacks, and moments where you question everything. But the key is to stay relentless. You're not just working for today, you're setting the stage for the life you want. The power years 43 to 63, the fruits of your labor. From the age of 43 to 63, you enter your power years, the time when you've built the foundation, and now you're living in the glory of your hard work. You've earned the experience, wisdom, and strength needed to rise above the struggles of earlier years. This is when you really shine. Your career peaks, your relationships deepen, and your influence grows. You're no longer just working hard to make a name for yourself, you're leading. You've become a source of inspiration and a wellspring of knowledge, drawing from all the lessons you've learned. The fruits of your labor in your soldier years are now ripe for harvest. You've built something solid. Now is your time to elevate. But with this power comes responsibility. It's not just about accumulating wealth or accolades. It's about leveraging what you've built to make a difference. You're in your prime, but you have a duty to give back to those who are coming up behind you, to the world that has supported you. The elder years 63 and beyond. Giving back. After 63, you enter the elder years. At this stage, the hustle and grind start to fade, but your impact doesn't. Now is the time to give back. You've accumulated a lifetime of wisdom, experience, and success, and now it's time to pass it on. This is when you teach, mentor, and guide. Your role isn't to be the one at the front of the pack anymore. It's to raise up those behind you and leave a legacy of leadership, love, and impact. The elder years are about contribution, not accumulation. You've already built a life for yourself. Now it's about helping others build theirs. You've seen it all, felt it all, and learned it all. Share those lessons, pour into the next generation. Age is seasonal. Each phase of your life is an opportunity to do something different, to grow, shine, and give back. Recognize which phase you're in and embrace it fully. The soldier years are for working hard and laying the groundwork. The power years are for rising to your full potential and leading. The elder years are for making sure that all that you've worked for will live on, not just in your own legacy, but in the lives of others. No matter where you are, know this: each phase is valuable, each season has its purpose. So work hard, shine bright, and when the time comes, give back. The journey to greatness begins within. Too often, we are bogged down by self-doubt, distractions, and a lack of direction. But the truth is, you are capable of more than you know. And the key to unlocking that potential is rooted in 3 foundational practices: believing in yourself, decluttering your mind, and cultivating discipline. Self-belief is the bedrock of success. Without belief in your own potential, nothing else will matter. You can have the skills, the resources, and the opportunities, but if you don't trust in your ability to rise to the occasion, you'll falter before you ever start. Believing in yourself doesn't mean arrogance. It means confidence rooted in the understanding that you are worthy of success and capable of overcoming challenges. The belief you have in yourself shapes your actions, decisions, and the energy you bring to everything you do. When you truly believe in your capabilities, you stop second-guessing yourself. You stop waiting for the approval of others. You start taking calculated risks, pursuing your goals with courage, and working toward your dreams with relentless determination. Remember, you have already overcome everything that has come your way to this point. You have the strength to face what's ahead, too. So trust in your journey, even when the path gets tough. Your mind is your greatest tool, but it's also your biggest distraction. In today's fast-paced world, there's a constant bombardment of information, opinions, and endless distractions that pull you away from your true purpose. Mental clutter, those thoughts, worries, and unimportant tasks that weigh you down, can prevent you from making progress and living intentionally. To unleash your full potential, you must clear the noise. This means removing distractions and focusing on what matters most. It involves taking time to silence the chaos, to be present in your thoughts, and to prioritize what truly contributes to your goals and well-being. Decluttering your mind also means managing your emotions and thoughts. When you let negative thoughts take control, it becomes nearly impossible to focus on anything else. Train your mind to focus on what you can control: your thoughts, your actions, and your responses. Practice mindfulness, meditation, or simple mental exercises that allow you to filter out distractions and focus your attention on the tasks that will move you forward. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It's easy to get motivated at the start of a new project or dream, but motivation fades. Discipline is what keeps you going when the motivation wanes. when the excitement dies down, and when the challenges seem insurmountable. To discipline yourself means taking consistent, deliberate action even when you don't feel like it. It means showing up every single day, whether you're tired, frustrated, or doubtful. The most successful people are not the ones who always feel motivated. They're the ones who have developed the habit of doing what needs to be done, regardless of their feelings. Discipline helps you prioritize your time, manage your energy, and stay focused on the long-term goals that matter most. It's the consistency in your habits that leads to progress. Small, disciplined actions compounded over time create massive results. When you combine these three practices, you form the foundation of an empowered life. Self-belief fuels your determination to move forward. A decluttered mind allows you to focus on what truly matters, and discipline ensures you take the necessary steps to turn your goals into reality. This is the formula for personal growth and success. Start today, take it one step at a time, and remember, you are capable, and the world is waiting for you to step into your greatness. In a world obsessed with perfection, it's easy to get caught up in the idea that you must have everything figured out, that every detail of your life, work, or project must be flawless. But perfection is an illusion. It's a constant chase that can leave you feeling exhausted, stuck, and unfulfilled. What you need isn't perfection, it's progress. Perfection is a moving target. Every time you think you've reached it, there's always something new to improve, a new goal to chase, or a new standard to meet. The problem with perfectionism is that it often leads to inaction. You wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or the perfect version of yourself. But the truth is, that moment, plan, or person will never exist. Perfection is a trap, not a destination. Instead of chasing the unattainable, focus on progress, not perfection. Each day is an opportunity to improve, to learn, and to grow. You don't need to have everything figured out. You just need to take the next step forward, no matter how small. What you can control is today. Today is the only day that truly matters. In the grand scheme of things, the future is uncertain and the past is gone. But today is where you make your move. Every action, every decision, every thought you focus on today shapes the life you're building. Perfection doesn't come from waiting for the ideal circumstances or trying to make everything flawless. It comes from committing to making today count. It's about putting in the effort, doing your best, and being present in the moment. Take one step at a time. Whether it's improving a skill, taking care of your health, or building your career, focus on doing what you can right now. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to be consistent, intentional, and dedicated to making today your best day. When you focus on perfecting today, you shift your mindset from striving for perfection to making progress. Progress is sustainable. It doesn't rely on unrealistic standards or unachievable ideals. Progress is about incremental improvements, about learning from mistakes, and about getting back up when things don't go as planned. Every small effort you put in today leads to greater results down the line. It's the small daily actions that compound and create lasting change. Over time, those tiny improvements add up to something extraordinary. Don't worry about being perfect. Worrying about taking action, staying consistent, and doing your best in the here and now. By releasing the need for perfection, you remove the immense pressure that holds you back. Perfectionism can make you feel like you're constantly falling short no matter what you do. But by focusing on perfecting today, you give yourself permission to be human. You allow room for mistakes, learning, and growth. This freedom is what allows you to truly excel. Let go of the fear of failure. Understand that mistakes are part of the process and that they don't define your worth or your abilities. Each day is a chance to learn, adapt, and improve. When you focus on making today your best effort, you'll find that success is not about being perfect. It's about being present, taking action, and moving forward every single day. This mindset will set you free. It will keep you focused on what truly matters. Consistent effort, small progress, and the commitment to showing up no matter what. So, don't worry about being perfect. Just perfect today. And watch how those perfect days build up to an extraordinary life. In a world that constantly bombards us with challenges, expectations, and external pressures, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. We often try to control everything, our circumstances, the people around us, the future, and this creates unnecessary stress. But true peace and success come from focusing only on the things it can control and letting go of the rest. The first step to living a more focused and empowered life is understanding that you don't control everything. You don't control other people's actions, opinions, or behavior. You don't control the economy, the weather, or the results of the things you try to predict. The only thing you truly control is your response, your effort, and your mindset. When you focus on what you can control, your thoughts, actions, and decisions, you begin to realize that you have far more power than you initially thought. You have the power to shape your day, to influence your reactions, to determine your level of commitment to your goals. Once you make this shift, you stop wasting time and energy on things that are beyond your reach. The next step is to let go of what you can't control. This is often the hardest part because, as human beings, we want to have a grip on everything. We want certainty, but life is full of unpredictability. Events outside your control will happen. People will disappoint you. Things will go wrong, and the unexpected will knock you down. However, you must learn to release your attachment to these things. You can't change the past, and you can't always predict the future. By trying to control everything, you waste energy on things that won't lead to growth. The best thing you can do is accept what you cannot change and channel your energy into what you can influence. Let go of the worrying, the doubt, and the unnecessary stress that come from things beyond your power. Once you focus on what you can control, the next step is to take purposeful action. You control your work ethic, your attitude, your goals, and how you react to challenges. By consistently focusing on these areas, you begin to move in the direction you want to go. You make steady progress every day, and this progress compounds over time. When you focus on your actions, you stop obsessing over outcomes. You stop waiting for the perfect conditions or external validation. You become driven by intrinsic motivation, not by the uncontrollable results of others or the world. By putting in the effort and focusing on your controllable actions, success becomes inevitable, not because of luck or fate, but because you put in the work, made the right choices, and stuck to your path. Letting go of what you can't control also means accepting that life is full of uncertainty. You won't always get the outcome you expect, and that's okay. In fact, it's in the moments of unpredictability that you often grow the most. You learn resilience, adaptability, and inner strength. When you focus on what you can control, you give yourself the freedom to let life unfold without the need to manipulate or control every detail. You'll find peace in knowing that some things are out of your hands, and that's not a weakness, it's wisdom. Acceptance is the key to emotional freedom. Focusing on what you can control allows you to move forward with greater clarity. Instead of being paralyzed by the weight of the world's uncertainty, you become empowered to take meaningful action. Your energy and time are precious, so don't waste them on things you can't change. As you let go of external control, you'll find that your mental and emotional bandwidth expands. You can now dedicate your focus to what matters most: your goals, your growth, and your well-being. You'll become more productive, less stressed, and more present in the things that truly matter. True growth doesn't happen in comfort zones. It happens in the moments when you're pushed beyond your limits, when the path is difficult, and when the choices you make define who you will become. Growth is not a passive process. It requires hard decisions, hard lessons, and deliberate action. The first step to growth is realizing that you will be faced with tough decisions. These are not the decisions you can ignore or delay, because they determine the direction of your life. Whether it's deciding to step into a new career, end a toxic relationship, or confront a fear you've been avoiding, decisions shape your destiny. Hard decisions are rarely easy or comfortable. They often challenge your beliefs, force you to face your weaknesses, and test your courage, but they're the foundation of progress. Every time you make a decision that forces you to grow, you're breaking old patterns, building new habits, and stepping closer to the person you are meant to be. The ability to make tough decisions is what separates those who merely survive from those who thrive. Once you make those hard decisions, the lessons you learn along the way will be invaluable. Sometimes the hardest lessons come from failure, mistakes, or setbacks. It's easy to let these experiences knock you down, but in reality, they are the moments that teach you the most. Hard lessons build resilience. They force you to confront your weaknesses, adapt, and evolve. It's in the pain of learning that you gain the strength to push forward. Every failure carries a lesson. Every misstep is an opportunity to adjust. Growth isn't always a smooth climb sometimes. It's a jagged and painful ascent. But each lesson learned takes you closer to mastery, wisdom, and self-awareness. Growth doesn't happen by chance. It happens through deliberate action. You can have all the knowledge and inspiration in the world, but if you don't take intentional steps toward your goals, you'll remain stagnant. Action is the catalyst for change. It's easy to get distracted or procrastinate, especially when the path ahead looks uncertain or difficult. But action turns ideas into reality. Every small step, every bit of effort adds up over time. Deliberate action is about consistency, focus, and commitment. It's about showing up every day and putting in the work even when you don't feel like it, even when things get tough, even when the outcome is uncertain. This is the kind of effort that leads to breakthroughs. The truth is, growth requires struggle. Without discomfort, you don't change. Without hard decisions, you don't evolve. Without lessons, you don't learn. Without action, you don't move forward. But this struggle isn't a punishment. It's the price of success. The real reward of growth isn't just the end result, it's the person you become in the process. It's the strength, wisdom, and confidence you gain as you navigate challenges and make decisions that push you toward your goals. The growth you experience from enduring hardships becomes a part of your character, fueling you for even greater challenges in the future. Growth requires consistent effort. The decisions you make today have a ripple effect on tomorrow. The actions you take now compound over time. That's why it's not just about taking big steps, but about making deliberate, small decisions every day. It's about committing to your personal growth day in and day out. As you keep moving forward, no matter how hard the journey gets, you'll find that every challenge becomes easier to handle. Every hard decision becomes easier to make. Every lesson learned becomes easier to apply. This is the reality of the journey. Growth is earned, not given. You have to be willing to make difficult decisions, learn from your mistakes, and take consistent action in order to transform your life. The struggle is not a sign of failure, it's a sign that you're on the right path. So embrace the process. Push through the pain, make the tough choices, and take deliberate action, because that's the only way to achieve real, lasting growth. Life isn't kind, and it doesn't always play fair. It will challenge you, test your limits, and push you to the edge. But here's the truth. Life only defeats you when you choose to give up. When you stop fighting, when you stop pushing, when you stop believing in your ability to rise, that's when defeat sets in. There will be moments when you feel like you're drowning. Times when the weight of your problems feels insurmountable. The world will throw obstacles in your path. People will doubt you. Life will knock you down. And there will be moments when you question your purpose. But the key to surviving and thriving in those moments is not in avoiding the struggle, it's in choosing to fight back. Your battles are inevitable. No one escapes challenges. But what defines you is how you respond. Will you lie down and let life defeat you? Or will you stand up, dust yourself off, and keep fighting? The decision to never give up, to always rise after every fall, that's the defining factor. Your choice to fight is what will shape your destiny. You might not win every fight, but every battle shapes you. Every struggle you face, every hardship you endure, adds another layer to your strength. The process of fighting through adversity is what builds resilience. When you fight back, you don't just survive, you grow, you evolve, and you prepare yourself for the next challenge. Life will test you again and again, but the more you fight back, the stronger you become. Each fight you win, and even each fight you lose, teaches you something valuable. Every struggle is an opportunity to learn, to adapt, and to become better. Defeat doesn't come from falling down, it comes from staying down. It's not the failures that defeat you, it's the decision to stop trying. You may stumble, you may fail, but as long as you get up and keep moving forward, you are not defeated. The only true defeat comes when you quit. Quitting is easy, it's the path of least resistance, but it's also the path that leads nowhere. Life will defeat you only when you stop believing in yourself, when you stop fighting for your dreams. Quitting means giving up on the potential you have within. It means surrendering to circumstances rather than shaping them. You have to choose to fight back, no matter how many times life knocks you down. People will remember you for the way you fought, not for the way you gave up. Your character isn't built in easy times, it's forged in the fire of adversity. When you choose to fight back, when you choose to stay strong in the face of hardship, You define your legacy. The world doesn't care how many times you fall, it cares about how many times you rise. It's your resilience, your determination, your refusal to quit that leaves a lasting impact. The journey may be tough, but it's your fight that will make all the difference. Fighting back isn't just about physical strength, it's about having a strong mindset. It's about believing in your own potential, even when the world tries to tell you otherwise. Your belief in yourself is the weapon you use to overcome challenges. Fight back with purpose. Know why you're fighting. Know that every setback is just a setup for a comeback. Your dreams are worth the struggle. Your future is worth the fight. And no matter what life throws at you, if you refuse to give up, you will always find a way to succeed. You have the power to choose your response. You can either let life's challenges defeat you, or you can rise up and fight back with everything you have. Your battles will make you stronger, your struggles will build your resilience, and your fight will define who you become. So choose to fight, choose to rise. Your victory is waiting on the other side of your willingness to keep going, no matter how hard the fight may be. We all have dreams, ambitions, and goals that we hold dear. But how often do we push them aside, telling ourselves, "I'll get to it tomorrow"? We believe that there's always a better time to start, a future day, and everything will align perfectly. But tomorrow is never guaranteed. Life is unpredictable, and time waits for no one. It's easy to assume that we have all the time in the world. We tell ourselves that we'll start working on our dreams tomorrow, or next week, or after this one more thing gets sorted out. But life doesn't give us guarantees. We can't predict what will happen tomorrow, next month, or even next year. The only moment we truly have is now. The danger lies in waiting for a perfect moment that might never come. Procrastination, in all its forms, is the enemy of progress. Tomorrow isn't promised, and if you keep waiting for the perfect time to start, you may never begin. Every time you put off pursuing your dreams, you're postponing your life. Dreams are what give us purpose, passion, and direction. They fuel our days and motivate us to get up and move forward. By waiting for the right moment, you're robbing yourself of the joy and fulfillment that comes from chasing your dreams. The longer you wait, the further away your goals get. You don't just lose time, you lose energy, momentum, and potential. Life isn't a waiting game. It's a series of moments, and each moment you spend hesitating is one you'll never get back. It's easy to get overwhelmed by the idea of starting something big, thinking that you need all the resources, plans, or connections before you can even take a step. But the truth is, you already have everything you need to start. Whether it's a skill, a small amount of time, or a burning passion, you have the power to take the first step right now. Don't wait for perfection, because it will never come. Success isn't about having everything in place, it's about taking action, no matter how small, every single day. The most important part of pursuing your dreams is starting, even if you don't know exactly where it will take you. If you've been putting off your dreams, let today be the day you start. Don't wait for Monday. Don't wait for next year. Start now. The best time to act is always right now. Every action you take today brings you closer to your goal, no matter how small it seems. Every day you put off your dreams is one less day you have to experience the success, fulfillment, and growth they can bring. The path won't be easy, and there will be setbacks along the way, but those obstacles are just part of the journey. The important thing is that you are moving forward, taking action, and not letting fear or doubt hold you back. No one is going to give you permission to chase your dreams. You don't need to wait for the perfect opportunity, the ideal conditions, or the approval of others. You are the one who gets to decide when and how you take action. If you keep waiting for external factors to align, you'll be waiting forever. You are the key to your success. Your willingness to step out of your comfort zone, take risks, and go after what you want is what will lead to your dreams becoming a reality. When you stop postponing your dreams, you start living a life of purpose and passion. No more waiting for tomorrow. Embrace today as the day to start chasing your dreams. Tomorrow is not promised, but today is a gift. Don't let it slip away. You have the power to make today count. Don't let fear, doubt, or complacency hold you back. Make the choice to go after your dreams now, and you'll be amazed at what you can accomplish in a fraction of the time you thought you'd need. Time is fleeting, and there's no better moment than right now to take action. Don't wait for tomorrow to start living the life you've always dreamed of. Make today the first step in a journey that will lead you to where you were always meant to be. The only moment that matters is the one you have right now, and this moment is yours to seize.